So my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but ask them. Just massage. That's all I'm talking about. Just keep it relaxed. No fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner, maybe talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through. Maybe the day before, make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take two. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, STC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it, or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit, okay? And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass, okay? Good. Okay, everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I gotta pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby. And welcome to Tuesday night live Q&A. So now if anyone goes, what am I supposed to do over the next week? Watch the beginning of the thing so we don't have to waste time doing that all the time. If you're truly panicking, fine, I'll talk to you. But if not, fuck you, go to the beginning. Just roll back to the beginning and we're going to get there, okay? This way we don't waste time saying the same shit over and over and over again. I do that all the time. My family hates it. I talk the same thing over time all the time. Okay. Now, also, if you see my latest short, right, where I show a lacrosse hit, that's my son in his final, well, we know he has one more year of eligibility, but it may be his final lacrosse game ever. And he laid a hit on a guy right in the crease and put him out, knocked him out of the game, which is fucking awesome. Okay. Now, remember, we have a couple of things you can do. If you need resources and you're not sure what to do, reach out to me, reach out to Jeff at Cap Advantage Tutoring. We'll tell you what to use, whether like I love STC, I love Achievable. I love Achievable for the SIE 100%. It evens out with Achievable, STC, Kaplan, and Notman once you get to the 7, but Achievable still teaches the shit better than anyone else. Use my link. I have a link and you get a discount code. But if not, just go to achievable.me. I'm okay with that. That's how much I like them that I don't even give a shit if I make money on it. Jeff, you look much better like that. That's the way you should look. So now,
figure this one out.
I know. I think we should get you a new camera like you made me do. I didn't realize how bad my camera was until Jeff told me that I literally so bad. Anyway, now, if you need free resources, you got that. You got my Facebook group. We know the Facebook group. I think everyone's in there now, okay? It is outstanding. It is by far, over 7,600 people in there. I'm scrolling it across the bottom. So if you need to know what it is, it's right there. See that? I have to put down to Jeff and go down. But that's it. Jeff's disappearing. He's like a ghost. Okay, so now, it's FINRA and NASA Exam Test Prep Network. Super great, super free. It's private, so nobody can get into it. Next, go check out Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom. He's awesome. If you need tutoring, obviously, I'm the king of this shit. I do it all day long. 10 hours a day, every fucking day. I try to take Wednesdays off, but never freaking works. And if I'm too expensive, we are adding tutors this week. I have one tutor on there less. I'm adding 2 more tutors and 1 more for a different test starting this week. So we're going to have about 4 or 5 tutors on there live that you can go, and they're a hell of a lot cheaper than I am because I'm a greedy fucking bastard. Now, also, if you don't want to go my way, there's another tutor called Michael Weiss. He's awesome. He has a CFA. He worked in Merrill Lynch for all. He's in the business like I was. He's at Series 7 examtutor.com. We know my website is series7exam.org. He's series7examtutor.com. Just confuse the shit out of you. That's why we do this. Okay. If you want, look up capadvantagetutoring.com. That's my other one. Okay. I think we're ready to answer some questiones. Okay. TC, I have waited all week for this one. Okay. Not just you. I have. Okay. 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 So let's go over this. Why can an MFP contribute $250 in a local campaign, but will get 2-year ban? Now, remember, here's a couple of things on that. If you're, this is only for MFP. This is not for everyone else. If you're a municipal finance professional, so MFP deals with munis, but not retail. So here's the deal on this. If they give more than $250 for someone they can vote for, or they give $250 for someone they can't vote for, they are kicked out for 2 years. And what's the reason? Great question. It's because that is a literal fucking bribe. Okay? If you give, they should raise the number. But think about it. If I'm in New Jersey and I give $250 to the Cuomo campaign, whatever. That's just, why am I giving him money? Why? It's a bribe. I shouldn't be able to give him money. I mean, I can if I don't want to worry about anything, but that's the problem. If I give him more, then if I give him anything, even 1 penny, that's considered a bribe. So they say, that's fine. You got to wait 2 years to do best effort, not firm commitment and best efforts. You can't negotiate it. I can do firm commitment offerings. I cannot do negotiated offerings, because firm commitment, remember, firm commitment offering is basically the municipality announces a deal, they do a notice of sale, and then anyone who wants to bid on it bids on it. We have to pick the lowest cost to the issuer. So it doesn't matter that I bribed you. But it's all negotiated where I pick the underwriter to do the deal. That would be a ban for 2 years. And here's the best part. If I leave and go to a new firm, both firms are banned for that 2-year period. Okay. And again, because it's a bribe. Okay, Yari Mari. I don't really have an acronym for the 33. Just think it's new issues. But I do have a great one. I got it from my old boss, Greco, when I worked at Greco Financial. I love this one. It's called Missperms. Miss, P-E-R-M-S. M-I-S-S-P-E-R-M-S. Missperms. Let's go through it. You're going to love this. Ready? You better be ready, Yari. I'm not going to repeat it. You'll have to watch this video. That's what I should do. Never repeat anything. So they have to watch it again, right? That would be a dick move. Okay. Now, Missperms. M is for margin. Reg T covers margin. What they do, they took it away from local people and put it under the Federal Reserve Board. M for margin, Reg T is under margin. Now, it's not just margin. It's also anytime a customer sends money or gets money from a broker-dealer, that's regulated by Reg T. That's the T+3, S+2. So that covered that. That's Reg. I, insiders. Who's an insider? They expanded it. So it's not just someone who has material public information. It's if you have more than a certain amount of percentage, or if you're pods, partners, officers, directors, and insiders. Anyone who has possession of inside information is considered an insider. And they expanded the insider trading rules, because back in the old days, nobody gave a shit. So they said, if you give the information, you're the tipper, or receive the information, the tippee. Sounds a little sexual to me, but if you're the tippee, is that like top and bottom, I guess? So a tipper gives the money, gives the information, tippee gets it. If I give it to you, Yari, and then you tell your brother, and then he trades on it, all of us get in trouble. So remember, you can never act on a tip. So if that says, what can a registered do a trade on? If it says customer got a tip, tip is slang for inside information. Okay, let's see. I. S, the first S, created the SEC. And do we all know who the first commissioner was? Yes, Joseph Kennedy, John F. Kennedy's dad. He was the biggest stock manipulator in the time. So they said, you know what? And he was very political motivated. Let's put the mouse in charge of the cheese. Okay, now, because he knows where the bodies are buried. Now, the second S is short sales. They put rules on short sales, okay? Now, when you short stock, back then, you could just short without anything. Now you have to get a borrow or a locate. And at the time they did, you could only sell it on a plus tick, blah, blah, blah. Not a thing anymore. So short sales, you have to get a borrow or locate before you execute the sale. And that's why they say, if you execute a sale and you have to, whenever I got it buried in my head, whenever I got an order from a customer, they're all institutions. If they go sell this, I go long or short. I always, on the phone, I'm sitting there going long or short. It was just Pavlov's dogs. Because if it's long, I just take the trade. If it's short, I go, do you have a borrow? And I have to mark it short. That's the S. M, margin. I, insiders. S, SEC. S, short sales. P, proxies. P for proxy. That's voting by mail. They did before. You had to show up at the investors meeting, and if you couldn't there, you couldn't vote. Now you can vote by mail. E, MSP, MISSP. E is exchanges and broker dealers now had to register with the SEC. Before that, they were basically the book I've read it like 4 times right now. If you're ever interested in the history, it's really fucking interesting. Called Once in Golconda. It's all about the 20s and 30s on the stock exchange. It is some of my videos are based on that information. The fights between Joe Kennedy and the Whitneys and JP Morgan and all that shit. But back then it was literally a bunch of old white men beating each other up. Nobody cared. But what happened is right in the late 20s, the roaring 20s, retail people started buying shares and getting involved and getting hurt. So then they go, wait, okay, it's no longer a bunch of old white guys beating each other up. There's real people. So then they make rules that the exchanges and the broker-dealers had to register with the SEC so that they can follow the rules. It was in the book. It is a fucking fight. it is like a 5-year, like when you think, oh, they wrote the Act of 33, 34. We were so nice to each other back then. No, it's like now. It was a goddamn battle. People were throwing shit. It was really bad, but they figured it out. Kind of like what's going to happen now. Now, that's P, that's E. R, reports, okay? That's issuers have to file financial reports. If you're an issuer and you sell to the public, you have to register with the SEC unless you're exempt, which is the 33 part. But if you are registered with the SEC, there's certain things you have to do. You have to do a quarterly report. That's a 10Q. You're welcome. Then we have to do a 10K, which is annual. That's audited. And then we do an 8K for special. So again, issuers have to do financial reports. 10Q quarterly report, 3 of them. And then the 10K is the fourth quarter and the annual wrapped up into one, like a big burrito. And then 8K is special. That's their R. The second M is manipulation, all the bad shit. Front running, marking the close, marking the open, wash trades, trading pools, all that stuff. They made all that shit illegal. Some of it wasn't. Trading pools weren't illegal. I have a video on it, how it was like trading pools in the 20s were frowned on, but they happened. They were literally reported in newspaper like sports goes, oh, they moved the stock up. It was really a thing. So they made all that shit illegal. That was under the SEC. And they told the SEC a very broad mandate. We got that mandate right. Mandate that if the SEC determines something is fraud, it is. So they said, if they say it's fraud, it is. The last S is stabilization, legal manipulation. So that allows an underwriter, when a company first comes out public, and you do the IPO, it's like $20. It allows the lead underwriter to buy shares at that price to keep it from dropping. It's not as big a deal now, but back in the 30s, the internet wasn't as big a thing. So they basically took weeks to get across to the other side of the country. So they would hold it at that price to keep it from dropping too much until the news got out. So Missperms, the margin, insiders, SEC, short selling, proxy rules, exchanges and broker-dealers had to register, reports, manipulation, and stabilization, Yari. I hope that fucking helped. Okay. Now I can't breathe. Okay.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's easy, right? Once you get that. Okay. Now, so yeah, I understand, but the whole point is with the whole conflict of interest part, okay? But we have rules. $250. Here's the thing. If I throw $250 at someone's campaign, who the fuck cares? But the thing is, if you do more than that, then it's a fraud, and then it's manipulation. So that's what they do. Okay. Okay. Letters of indication. These are called indications of interest during the cooling off period. Now, let's talk about that real quick, okay? You can always tell when someone's really into the study because they asked a million questions, which is great. Now, when I first register my shares to go public, I file an S1 registration statement. I'm not going to go too crazy on it. It starts the cooling off period, which is 20 days. During that cooling off period, I can't sell shit. I cannot market it. I cannot sell it. I cannot take money, no orders, no advertising, no shit, no solicitation. However, I can do a tombstone, which is an ad in the paper going, hey, look at this thing. Come call us if you want to buy the shares. Very limited. 2, I can do indications of interest, which is like, hey, just are you interested in it? I did it when I bought shares of Reddit. Now, how do they get those indications of interest? They send out a red herring or preliminary prospectus. A preliminary prospectus is like, hey, this is the prospectus minus the date and the price. It has red on the writing saying this is not an offer for sale. It only offer can only be made by prospectus. But you absolutely can take an indications of interest, but you cannot take orders or money for it. You're not, and they're not binding. Hope that helps, TC, baby. Okay. 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 Hector Manzano. Okay. Now, okay. Hector, right now, the SEC doesn't do you shit. Okay. It doesn't mean anything to you. And I've done a video on that. However, you get, by the way, congrats. Get the 66. Okay. Or get the 66 or the 63, 65 combo. It doesn't really matter. You can get a job now start applying to Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, UBS, Bank of America, Edward Jones, Raymond James. If you think you can sell, go to New York Life. But the problem here, New York Life, Primerica's fine, but they get a bad rap. New York Life is good. If you think you can sell, they'll support you, but you get no money or very little. Okay, but they do support you. It's solid stuff. Schwab, the UBS Wealth Management. I think I forgot what it's called. The Wealth Management Team or something like that. Or the Wealth Management Center. They're always hiring. But whether they hire you or not, I don't know. But having the SIE helps. Get that. Remember, you can get the NASA exam, the 66 on your own. Fucking get it while you can. Do it when you don't have to, because then all you have to do is pass the 7 and you are golden. And getting the 66 on top of your SIE, anyone in college, they won't be. But if anyone in college is watching this, get your SIE and get the 66 done before you graduate. Because when you go in for the interview, they go, oh, you only need one test? Check, fucking check. Boom. It's like, it takes risk. I call it exam risk. It takes risk off the table. Okay. That's why I did that video. What?
How long has it been around for that you don't need to be sponsored for the SIE and the 66?
The 66 since 2018. No, the SIE 2018, the 66 ever.
I'm just saying it for everybody who's listening, how much more difficult it used to be to get your foot in the door and have a conversation with no exams.
Yep. Exactly. Oh, by the way, full knowledge. I ordered dinner to be delivered at 9. Guess what time this fucking thing is ending? Okay, good. Okay. So now, okay. So Hector, start applying to these places, right? Now, here's the thing. New York Life and Vanguard. New York Life will sponsor you for the 7. Primerica won't. Northwestern might. Again, those are pay, eat what you kill, so they're fine if you can do it, okay? But if you want a job while you're doing this shit, Primerica is the better choice. But again, they're more of a Series 6, and they want you to bring people in. Now, next, Schwab, Vanguard, Raymond James. Fidelity is always a good one. If you have a college degree, you're gonna have more open. If you don't, it's gonna be a little bit harder. You might have to do the New York Life route to get licensed. But again, if you have a college degree or you're in college, apply to Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Bank of America, UBS, Wells Fargo, Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, Raymond James. They all pay a salary. Okay.
A lot of different avenues.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Tall Boy Films, I appreciate it. Okay. Okay, Yari. Customer sells short 100 shares at 58, buys one ABC 6. It's hard. I'm going to have to do this verbally, okay? Okay. Now, a customer sells short 100 shares of XYZ at 58. By the way, Yari, Kaplan goes way deeper than the test does. Remember that. So your customer sells short 100 shares of XYZ at 58, buys one XYZ, call it 3. So first thing is get the fucking break even. How do I get break even? So whenever there's stock in an option, this is easy. It's stock plus or minus premium. If it's a buy and a sell, you subtract. If it's if it's the same, you add. 2 buyers or 2 sells, you add. If it's a buy and a sell, you subtract. So Yari, 58 minus 3 is what? 50, right? So 55 is my break even. And I'm bearish. Okay? Now, here's what they're doing. This is where they're fucking with you. But you don't even have to do this, but I'm starting this way. So 55 is my break even. I'm bearish. So I want it to go down. So if it went to 52, I'd be happy. But now here's what they did. This is a cap, and they throw these tricks at you. So instead of doing what I just did, you have to do each on their own. I wish I could circle this in. So you're short 158, and then you bought it back at 52. So I make $6. Does everyone get that? Does that make sense? Does that come across? I'm needing, because the only one who can nod is Jeff. So if I short 100 shares at 58 and it goes to 52 and I cover it, I buy it at 52, I make $6. So Yari, put $6 in your pocket. I sound like Abbott and Costello. Put $6 in your pocket. Then I bought the call at 3 and sold it at 1. So I lost 2. So I gained 6, lost 2, made 4. So I'll do it again. Make sure we have it. I shorted the stock at 58. It went to 52 and I bought it. I made $600. Then I bought the call for 3 and sold it for 1. I lost 2. Make 6, lose 2, make 4. That's, you always remember when you're doing options, don't do what I just did to grab the break even right away. I like to do that, but that's just me. Find out what they're asking first. If they use the word close out or expire, then it's probably just a buy and a sell, and it's super duper easy. Okay. Uh-oh, I hate that. Yari, I hate these fucking ones. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm jumping you for a second. Oh, sorry about that. If you're married, I apologize. Boom, that's awesome. Okay. That is awesome. Leo, I don't know if you're still here or not. I hope you are. But if you're not, you're going to miss the wonderful. Oh, here we go. Short one. Boom. So I read somewhere that I can get non-licensed music. So I'm going to start doing that so I don't get in trouble. Because every time I do this, it slows down my. It says anything that's revenue share, YouTube doesn't like to promote. And again, I'm also promoting because I'm a dick on here, but whatever. Okay, so now. See, Mike LaRosa, dick. Okay, because I told him he's not allowed to take any more tests. The end of the month closing price for common shares of momentum growth industries is past 6 months has been charted as 88, 95, 100, 103, 104, 104. Each month is a industry in the average daily trading volume. Okay, it's probably overbought. Here's why. Here's again, they're not. I'm telling you right now, Yari, there's probably very little chance they do this on the test. But here's the thing: the stock is going up, right? But then it's sitting and the volume's decreasing. That means it's not a very strong move. Volume, like almost think of volume as confirms the thing. So if it's moving up and it's high volume, that's a good thing. That means we believe in it. But if it's going up and slowing down and the volume starting to dry up, that means people are not believing in it. So this means overbought means it's going to drop. Oversold means it's going to go up. It's a weird concept that something's too high. You ever see the movie Major League, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember at one point in the beginning, somebody hit a home run and he goes, it's too high, it's too high. And they're making fun of him. He's like, what the fuck does that mean? I always think of that. Overbought means the stock too high and it's going to drop. That's right. But in a home run, when it's your team, too high means it's going out of the park. So overbought means that the price is going up, but the volume is light. That means we don't believe in it. Remember, volume kind of confirms the trend, okay? So if you see a lot of volume doing something, that means a lot of people believe in it, okay? So that's why I'm saying, so if it has to be overbought, because overbought means it's going to drop, oversold means it's going to rise, okay? Zoe, we don't need luck. You're going to rock this thing. You're going to get a good night's sleep. You're going to take your time. You're going to always think, what does FINRA want? And here's the thing, get the fuck off my live, Zoe. You shouldn't be on here when you're taking a test tomorrow. You should be relaxing and sleeping and reading like last minute stuff. Breathe. You get a lot of time. So make sure if you're a fast test taker, maybe every 40 questions, take a break. If you're tight, maybe just sit back and take a breath, close your eyes for a second. But if you're running tight on time, don't leave. But if you're good on time, get up. Get a drink of water, come out. So here's my thing. So I just reminded me. Do you remember when the 7 was 2 parts, right? So the 7 used to be 2 parts. It was 125 questions and 125. You had to do the 125, and then you had to leave for half an hour, and then come back. It's a pain in the ass, and it was, each was like 2 different tests, so you couldn't like overlap. So here's the thing. When I took it, I'll show you how calm I am during the test, right? So I don't worry about them, and not even this before I started even teaching. But I don't worry about testing. It really helps my score. So I took the first one. I went out for a break. I came back because it didn't take that long. I sat down, and they didn't come and start my test. I fell asleep for like 20 minutes. Like I sat there I was working 2 jobs at the time, but I fell asleep at the test, and they woke me up, and they go, "You got to start the test." I said, "Could you fucking turn it on?" Oh my God! But I was so relaxed that I don't. So. I'm not saying to take a nap in the middle of the test, but I am saying the more relaxed you are, the better score you will get. I need to write a report of all this shit that happened to me when I take these tests. So, like, I took the 9 and the 9 and the 4 on the same day because it's the same exam. I was in like principal mode, right? So I took the 9 in the morning, and I'm leaving. They go, "Hey, you're coming back? You can go in now." So I just turned around and went right back in.
I think you just
the 9 and the 4 are very, very similar. It's all options and rags. So just saying, that's my claim to fame. Okay. Okay, here we go. Megan Palmer. Okay. Parkwood, thanks. Okay. It's funny here's the fun thing. When I try to be funny, doesn't fucking work. I fucking crickets. When I try to do something funny, my family looks at like I'm an idiot. But when I just talk and I don't think about it, I'm actually very funny. In my own mind. I'm a legend in my mind. Okay. So Megan, okay, so use STC scoring 75. You know what I think? A lot of what happens, if you drop that much, that means you might have been memorizing answers. So if you are getting 75s and you drop that much, right? One is either you're getting question bias where you're just getting used to the type of question, or you started memorizing. So that's my thing. I am a big, huge fan of multiple vendors. That's why I say the perfect combination for any exam is achievable and by the Kaplan cubic. And literally the only reason that I don't say buy the SDC is because SDC doesn't sell the QBank. They don't. You can buy 4 tasks supplemental, but Kaplan sells a whole QBank, and I send people there all the time because I think Achievable teaches it better than anyone else. But Kaplan questions, it's 4,000 questions. If SDC sold their questions, I would push them there. We got to do what you do. But again, I'm a big fan of multiple vendors. When you finish Achievable, you do Achievable questions and Kaplan questions. You're in good shape. Okay. Tall boy, I would not wear Alexa. Oh, good question. Okay. Hold on, wait. Alicia, if you're still here, I hope you're still here. Congratulations. That is awesome. Are you done now? That's awesome. Outstanding.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosa buena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría.
Boom. Trying to keep them under 7 seconds. Elisa, by the way, anyone who passed, if you saw it, I don't need to know what's on the exam, but did you see any surprises? I know what's on the exam every time. I know it's going to be on there, but I like to know if there's any surprises, new shit, like the whole thing with, not for this exam, so I won't go into it, but the thing about SPACs and hedge funds and stuff, that's on there. What's on this exam, and most of the tests don't talk about it a lot, is reverse convertibles. But I do videos on that. Okay, so tall boy. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. I have a video. If you go in my Series 7 playlist, I do the whole thing. I do a whole thing with a chart. It's in there. I don't know if I can find it quick. Let's see if I can find it. Underwriting. He said underwear. Underwriting. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Let's just watch the video together. No, okay, I will not do that to you. I'll take a break. He'll put the video on and go get lunch. I just got the alert that it's dark outside. Please put your light down. Okay. For the what do you call it? My chicken parm sandwich. Okay, so now there. So tall boy, that's the video that covers everything. It'll be awesome. Okay, that's going to help you the most. Better than me trying to do it here verbally. Now, and if it doesn't work, let me know. I'll let you come on Thursday night and rip me apart if it doesn't work. Okay. Now, calculating SMA. This is so easy. Okay, now, remember something. I'm going to do the long. You guys can watch my videos on the short. SMA is your excess equity, okay? SMA is excess equity. So, how do I get equity first, okay? So I do market value minus debit, right? So market value is what it's worth. Debit is what I owe. It's what I borrowed. So if I have a market value of 50 and a debit balance of 20, my equity is 30. It makes sense. Market value minus debit. What it's worth minus what I owe. Like your house. House is worth 100. You have a $20,000 mortgage, 80,000 in equity. Works every time. So if I have a market value of 50 and a debit of 20, my equity is 30 grand. Okay? That's my equity. That's what I own. Now the question is, how much does Reg T want us to have in there? How much does broker-dealer, Federal Reserve Board want us to have in the account? They always want us to have 50% of the market value in the account. So again, my market value is 50, my equity is 30. We're good with that. So 50% of the market value is 25. That means they want us to have 25,000 in the account in equity. How much do I have? Why, yes, I have 30 because I do 50 minus 20. So 50 minus 20 is my equity. And then I do equity minus rate T because how much I have extra. So they want 25. I have 30. I have $5,000 of SMA. That's the money I can take out, send it to Ken, do a tip, whatever it is, buy my merch, buy merch. You can do anything with that money. Okay. Send it to me. I'll give you my address if you want to send it to me. That's literally like cash. Okay. Now, if they want you, what does a broker dealer want you to do? They want you to buy more stock. So you can use double that amount. So if you have $5,000 SMA, you can buy $10,000 in stock. So again, SMA is equity minus half the market value, Reg T. How do I get equity? Market minus debit is my equity. SMA is what I have versus what they want me to have. They want me to have 50% of. Now, here's where people fuck up. It's 50% of the market value, not the goddamn motherfucking equity. It's not half the equity. That makes no sense. Yet we all do it. So it's 50% of the market value. Whatever the market value is, half of that, baby. Also, if you haven't watched it yet, I put out a video this weekend. I think it was this weekend. Was it Saturday? I don't know. Where I took a Series 7 online. Please watch it. It will help you a ton. A fucking ton. I'll just leave it at that. It is a great video. I do about 100 questions in there. They're super challenging. I even took out options for the most part so that it's hard enough that if you can pass that, you are ready for the exam. I'll just leave it there. Okay. Okay. Now, dim, baby. Okay. Now, Demon RL. Now, I don't know what that means, but concentration risk. I have videos on risk. It just maybe make a chart of all the risks in the back of the book. But let's understand. Concentration risk, okay? Concentration risk is basically you have too much shit in one. You have too much. Remember we had that. Were you there when we had at G2? I don't know if it was there after you left. There was a point where we had too much. Somebody bought so much fucking too much of a stock. They own like 9% of the stock. So we own too much of that company. And we have so it becomes very illiquid. So if we have too much of our net cap as part of a company, or we own too much of the company, that's concentration. We're concentrated in one position way too much. Okay. Mitch, I love you. You love me. Sorry, Barney. I love you too, Mitch, man. Get out of here. Okay. TC, I'm glad. Okay. Ari, hold on. Here we go. Ari Basin. Okay. Good. Let's go, baby. Let's get this fucking thing going, right? So get that SIE done, okay? Get it done, okay? Now, get it done. Have confidence, okay? Now, remember that. Here's the thing. On Friday, no tests. You watch my fucking video. But for the SIE, make sure that you have investment risks down, like the concentration, all that risk, and what the register rep, which is what you're going to be after you pass all these exams, can and cannot do. Like, prohibited activities. My videos, find my crash course on Friday. Watch it. It's like 10 videos, high target shit, okay? Read customer counts the morning of or the day before. Do not cram. Listen, you're in college, so there's probably a steady supply of Adderall around. I'm saying don't mainline it, okay? So I'm just saying don't stay up late at night. You're better off getting a good night's sleep. Yeah, we didn't use, in the 80s, we didn't use Adderall. We use a different substance.
Is that why you fell asleep during your exam?
I think so. We didn't have enough of it. Okay. Yeah. No little 8 ball. Okay. So now, yeah, we didn't have Adderall back then. We had to use, different things. So we self-medicated. I'll put it that way. So don't go to sleep too late. You should go to bed around dinner time. You stop studying around dinner time. Go out Netflix and chill, whatever you have to do to relax and go bang this thing out. Okay. So Sparkle, you too, watch the video I dropped. You're going to love it. Okay. Hold on, let's see. Jeff, do you know what this means?
There are high demand for a position with margins and overseas derivatives.
I don't know.
Anthony,
give us a little more. Give us a little more taste on that. Give me a little context. I'll come back to it. I promise. Okay. Yes. Okay. Listen to me. There's going to be very sexist right now. So when I hear that men have 2 or 3 kids and they study, it's okay. So, but when moms do it, you know they're carrying the fucking load at home. So they're like goddamn superwomen. There's like fucking Wonder Woman shit. And think about that. How fucking brave of this is to switch it over in the 40s. Not old, but you're like, it's a switch. It's fucking awesome that they picked you up. Megan, you will do this. It's not if, it's will. You will nail this shit. And if Mike's on here, if Mike LaRosa can pass these exams, anyone can. I'm kidding. I know he's listening. He's like, fuck you, I'm waiting for a text. Okay. So you can do this, okay? Don't ever, and that's the big thing. Don't ever give up. You're gonna rock this thing. Okay. Sophia. Okay. Good luck. Make sure you read customer accounts, watch my crash course, and get off my fucking live, baby. Get off my fucking live. You should be going to sleep. You should be unless you're in California, then hang out. But if it's nighttime and it's almost 9 o'clock on the East Coast, you should be ratcheting down to get a good night's sleep. And now, Sophia and everyone taking it this week, Ari, I want you to type in here. What do I want them to type? I will pass. It feels great to say it. Sophia, Ari, everyone taking it this week or whatever. And everyone taking it, I want you to type in, I'm going to pass. Not I need to pass, not I gotta pass, not I hope I pass. I will pass. If everyone does it, Jeff will jump in the pool right now behind him. Okay, so now. Okay. So Tall Boy, I think Past Perfect's really fucking hard. If anyone wants to know, look, let me explain it this way. If you're taking the 7, find my last 7 video, and that will give you a feel of what the exam is like. I promise you that. It's hard. It's not easy. But it'll definitely give you a feel of what the exam is actually like. So you can use that when you bring it back to do your practice exams, especially on Past Perfect. Like, I like them as a teaching tool, but I think their tests are a little bit overboard. Like, they go kind of fucking nuts. If you add options or margin, anything to do with numbers, I don't know what they go like Asperger's on me, right? It's like they go so crazy. My wife thinks I have Asperger's, but not the good Asperger's where I become a billionaire. I don't get that one. I want the good Asperger's where I become like a nut job and I get to become a billionaire, although it may happen, right? So Past Perfect is good, but they're notoriously difficult. Anything to come with math. So yeah, I do that with people. When I do tests with people, I work with them and I do exams together. I use my questions a lot because I have questions that mirror the exam. They're not from the exam, but they're the same level of difficulty and stuff like that. And the one I put out on Saturday it'll match what you get on the exam. But I took options out to make it harder because options are actually easy on the exam. So I put a couple options in there, but most part it's all the other shit you got to work on. Okay. Now, Yes. So this is great. So TC, when you have stock and an option, okay? See, they're coming early. They said 8:50 to 9:10, and they're coming at 8:45. I guess we're ending early. My food. No. So when you have stock and an option, good thing it's warm out. When you have stock and an option, it's always stock plus or minus premium, okay? When you have stock and an option, it's always stock plus or minus premium. And how do we know whether we add or subtract? If it's the same, buy or sell, you add. If it's a buy and a sell, you subtract. It's that straightforward. It is that easy. Okay. And I have videos that will blow your gut. If you join the membership, I always forget to talk about this, right? I have membership ones. If you join the YouTube membership, you can even just pay $5 and just watch the old membership classes. But if you pay $20, you get the old membership classes plus the most amazing option videos that you will ever see in your life. Like 23 or 20. Don't go on my website and buy them by the channel. Now, secondly, if you pay 25, you get a FINRA class and the videos and the old ones. If you jump all the way up to $50 an hour, $50 a month, not an hour, $50 a month, you get the options class at 8 p.m. on Friday, the FINRA class at 7 p.m., the options videos and everything below it. It works out to be about $6 a class, which everyone I know that is dealing with money with me is like, I'm giving that shit away. I'm crazy Eddie. I'm giving that shit away.
I posted the link.
Okay.
And then in addition, Monique, if you can, put which test you took from which book. Because
that's awesome. I love it. That's really good. Okay. Jules, we'll get you. Hold on one second. So TC, hook that up. Okay. You're fun. Yeah, you're good. Ari, I think I just told you what to do. To keep doing tests, but none on Friday. If you're scoring in the 70s on Kaplan, and especially the fucking benchmark, you're rock solid. Here's the thing. You know enough to pass. You just got to keep it up and be confident. So I want everyone to tell me they're going to pass, especially Ari and Sophia and somebody else is taking. Okay. And Jules, baby. Okay. Good. I love that. That is awesome, Megan. It's awesome. It's such a great mix because then you can go back and forth and look shit up. And even achievable. Sometimes your questions are a little confusing. So, okay. Jules, we're going to rock this thing, right? You are going to rock this. I love it. Sure, Ashley, I can do that. Okay. Okay. Now, by the way, Yari, everyone can use 200% of their SMA. It's always 2 times the SMA. Now, to buy. Now, so an open-end fund, I'm going to go, after I do this, Ashley, find my video. I have a great video where I compare them. Open-end fund is a mutual fund, okay? Oh, I'm so sad it was dropped off. Okay, now I'm going to be totally distracted. So a mutual fund is an open-end fund. You buy it at the sales charge, plus you buy it at the NAV. See, I got distracted. You buy it at NAV plus a sales charge. It trades once a day. There's different class shares like class A, B, C. When you sell it at the NAV. It does not trade. You buy it from the fund or the sponsor and they add a sales charge. ETFs trade. Okay, let me go back to this. You want closed-end too. Closed-end funds are like mutual funds, except for they're closed. They issue shares one time. They trade on the exchange. You buy them in the market. You pay a commission. You sell them at the market. You pay a commission. You can sell them short. You can buy them on margin. They're just like open-end funds, except for they trade during the day. They're actively managed, so there's a lot of fees. ETFs are an open-end fund, but acts like a closed-end fund. ETFs are passively managed, low fees. They trade on exchange. They're very transparent. That's the other thing. Open-end and closed-ends are not very transparent. You can only see their top holdings until the end of the quarter. Then you see what they have. ETFs, you can see the percentage that the target percentage at all times. They trade all day long. They're super active. Here's the best one. They have low fees because they're passively managed. Yes, in the real world, there's active ones, the Kathy Wood ones, but we don't care. You can buy inverse where they go opposite of the market. You can buy leverage where they go more than the market. All that you can buy inverse leverage. You can go 2 and 3 times. Think about this. If you think if you love NVIDIA, please buy NVIDIA. I own calls that expire next week. Please buy NVIDIA. No, I'm kidding. Now, so it's a fucking torture watching these calls go in and out of money. Okay, so now, I literally could have sold them today for a $500 profit, but I got greedy. Now they're like $200 profit. It's crazy. Now, ETFs, you can buy and they match the market. You can buy an inverse that inverses the market. You can buy an ETF at 2 times or 200%, which means if it matches the S&P, whatever the S&P does, it'll do 2 times that or 3 times. Or you can buy an inverse where it'll go down as much. It's very active. Find my video where I go compare mutual fund versus ETF versus ETN. It's somewhere in there. I think it's in my Series 7 playlist. And it's fucking awesome. Okay. So Ashley, I think I took care of that a little bit. That's good. Alexa, thank you. Okay. Megan, that means you're ready. By the way, any feedback on it? So anyone who took my FINRA exam, my 100-question video, it's funny, I never even counted the videos. I didn't put numbers. So it's 100, 101. I don't know what it is. Anyone who took that exam, I think Marie did, Megan did. Give me feedback on it. Okay. Okay. Now, this is a great one. Okay. I'm doing a video on CDs right now, but FDIC, and there's no thought of it. FDIC is for the banks. That means, remember, this is if the bank defaults, not your products, the bank. So if your bank defaults, okay, if your bank defaults, you are protected up to 250 grand per account. So if you have multiple accounts, you're covered. That's awesome, okay? So you're protected up to, okay, hold on. What is it? Okay, that's awesome. So now, FDIC is for bank stuff. Like say you buy a CD. The bank issues it. So if the bank goes bankrupt, the CD, then you will get money back for the CD for the bank going bankrupt. If you buy it through a broker-dealer and the broker-dealer fails, you'll get money from SIPC. So remember, FDIC is for banks up to 250. That's it. Broker-dealers use SIPC, or SIPC, some people say, which I sounds stupid. SIPC, SIPC, they cover $500,000 of securities, of which $250 can be cash. But here's the problem. If you have a cash and a margin account, they combine them into one, okay? But if you're married, like me, so I'm married, I have an account. My wife has a brokerage account, and we have a joint account. It's covered 3 different ways, 500 each. Not 1.5 total, 500 each. But what's cool is that if I have a Roth account, a Roth IRA, that counts as another account. So FDIC is for bank products going bankrupt, for the bank going bankrupt. SIPC is for the broker-dealer going bankrupt. Now remember, if you buy some shitty company like NVIDIA and it goes bankrupt, you're not protected. But if I have it through Schwab and Schwab goes bankrupt, I will get up to $500,000. Okay. So you can always tell my mood. If NVIDIA is up, I'm in a good mood. If NVIDIA is down, I'm in a bad mood. Okay.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, no, that's not going to be good for me.
Emotional trader.
Okay. So I want Anthony. I still want Anthony to. I know behavioral finance. Okay. Okay, Monique, Lizarag. Okay. So what do? So you fail, right? So what? You fail by 2, or depending if it's a 7 at SIE. Don't act like you missed by a little bit. I want you to act like you missed by 32%. You have to think that way. And then what you're going to do, you take a couple of days off, then you go back to read the book. Just read it. Just read the book cover to cover. Don't take any notes. Don't do quizzes. Don't do anything. So I always tell everyone, when you fail, I've said this and it gets around a little bit, but it's a 30-day problem in a 20-year career. That's all it is. It's a 30-day problem in a 20-year career. So once you pass, nobody gives a shit that you failed. And here's the thing. 30 days is a short time, but it's also a long time to study, especially when you were that close. So take a week or 2 to read the book cover to cover. Don't just attack your weak spots. You're going to get advice on Reddit, which is a cesspool, and your bosses. Just work on your weak spots. Do not do that. I make a living from people who do that, because what happens is they focus on the weak and they forget about the stuff they're good at. That drops. The weak goes up, the strong goes down, and they fail again. And then they call me and go, I failed. What do I do? And I go, pay me, fucker. That's what I say. That's literally my words. You failed twice? Okay, pay me and we get going. I don't want to do that. I am hoping you guys all pass and put me fucking out of business. Your job is to put me out of business, pass the exam. Now, read for 2 weeks, then do chapter quizzes, then do finals. If you think you're memorizing questions, get another vendor. Get Kaplan, get Achievable, get SDC, get training consultants. And if you're really a glutton for punishment, get Past Perfect. Okay, Alexa. Okay. Tyrell, we got this, baby. You're going to pass. Now, Alexa. Downeaster Alexa. Hey, Alexa. I don't have Amazon, so we're good. Now, how do I remember this? This is what I remember. Order record retention. This is what I remember. Everything is 3 years. Remember that. Everything is 3 years unless they say otherwise. So if you're not sure, go with 3 years. So complaints are 4. Unless they're MSRB complaints, then they're 6. Complaints are 4 years after the complaint. AML, CTRs, anything with anti-money laundering is 5 years. So again, we have everything's 3, complaints are 4, AML is 5. Now remember the mnemonic, big sacks, baby, big sacks. Santa has some big sacks. Santa carries 6 big sacks on his shoulder. Remember that, 6 big sacks. These are all things that are 6 years. So phonetically, it's BGSCS. Boy, George. Wow, there's a thing that sucks, whatever. Boy, George, S, Sam, Charlie, Sam. I have to remember that now. Okay, so now I go on a tangent sometimes. Now, B is blotter, the trade blotter. That's all the trades. G, general ledger. That's the money going in and out. S is stock records, stock ownership. C is customer information, and S is statements. Big sacks are 6 years. Blotter, B for blotter, G for general ledger, S for stock records, C for customer information, S for statements. Those are all 6 years. But we can add in muni complaints. MSRB complaints are also 6 years. And you think they want to ask it? They will. Okay. Megan, I agree. I'm telling you, Past Perfect will get you to pass, but they will make you go through a fucking gauntlet to do it. Okay. Alexa, that's a wrong test. Okay, now, the quotation systems, I can't do all that. Now, soft dollar compensation. So I'm going to do the soft dollar as on the broker-dealer stuff. Okay, broker-dealer is this. So hold on, wait a second. Don't make them wait too long. Hisham Harash. I don't know how to say that, but I'm going to go with that. I love it. We're going to go. We'll do this one.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that.
Boom, 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 baby. I love it. Okay. Now, I'll do soft dollar, not the quote systems. It's not that big on the test. Now, soft dollar is very easy. Broker-dealers cannot accept payment for advice. IAs do that. And this is a 66 question, not really a 7, but I'm going to do it anyway because you never know it could show up. Now, broker-dealers cannot get paid for advice. So what they can do, this is a workaround. I'm a broker-dealer. Jeff's my investment advisor. I'm going to pay, or any kind of customer, I'm going to pay for his seminars, his seminar to go to learn to trade, or his Bloomberg, his software to trade, or I'm going to give him research. That's not mine or even is mine. I'm going to give that to him and say, okay, you owe me 20 grand, but he cannot pay me for that directly. So when I go, oh, I charge commissions. So normally I charge Jeff a penny commission. However, since he owes me 20 grand, I'm going to jack his commission up to 2 cents. So remember, I normally pay me 1. Now he pays me 2. So what happens is, when everybody does a trade with me, I'm charging him 2 cents. 1 penny goes toward to pay me back for the other, for the research or whatever I gave him, and the other penny goes to pay for my Ferrari. That's what it is. So the whole point is, the 2 cents, I'm jacking your commission up and charging you extra until you pay me back. It's a loophole around the donut. I can't sell for advice stuff. That's what I'm going to do. That's soft dollar as opposed to hard dollars. Okay, that's what she said. Okay. Alexa with the questions. Okay, so now flow through of lane. Oh, you wanted it, the DPPs. I knew you were going to get me. I met with Alexa right before 8, and she started doing the DPPs. I said no, and I said don't ask me questions on DPPs on the test, and she snuck it in. Now, so flow through of losses is this: if I do a limited partnership or any kind of flow through thing, the actual entity does not pay taxes. Okay, so if they make 10 grand and Jeff and I are partners, it's going to come into the firm, and then we're each going to get 5 grand. That's flow through of gains. That's fine. But let's say it also costs us 2 grand to do it. We're each going to get a flow through of a loss or a write-off that reduces what we owe. So we got 5 grand each, plus we get a credit or whatever we want to call it, a flow through of loss for 1,000 each. That reduces our taxable income by 1,000, so we pay tax on 4. Only limited partnerships and LLCs on this test flow through. C corps do not, REITs do not. They flow through 90% maybe, but they don't flow through the losses. So flow through of gain, you get the gain, plus you get to write off expenses. That's what limited partnerships do. Okay. Okay. That's it, baby. Okay. Haiti, go on. Hold on, let me get back to this. Listen, Monique, I think you're fine. I mean, that's a 72. I think you should be fine. I mean, if you're doing that now, and if you use Passport for the first time and got 72s and failed, maybe go to get Achievable or buy the cap in QBank and try to work from there. Okay. I have the S65 to go through ST2 content facts and suitability package. That's it, baby. Nor just get some sleep, baby. Maybe, no, you're it. Find my crash course, go through that, and then you're done, baby. You are done. Okay. I do not have a discount code for the QBank, but it's not that expensive. Haiti and Katie. Haiti and Katie. How funny is that? Haiti and Katie asking the same thing. So here's the thing. If you go, Michael Weiss has a link for it. They give you a discount. But I'm going to say, if somehow you were dealing on your keyboard and somehow the word LPL Financial fell onto your keyboard, something might happen. I don't know. I'm not saying to use it. I'm just saying maybe. So whatever. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Nor, you have my blessing. Go nail this thing. Nor, I'm going to see you on Thursday as a fucking IAR, baby. You're going to be an IAR on Thursday. Okay. Okay. Yeah, slobs over bliss. Let me throw that video in there. I don't have time to do that because the fucking food is calling my name. But I am going to give you. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let me find this. So we just got a text from my wife that my daughter is really upset that she moved out of the city. She has 3 goddamn kids. Who the hell can afford to live in the city with only 3 kids? How do they get? So that first of all, let me get back to this. So Parkwood, this is the video for Slobs Over Bliss. It's going to solve your problems. Okay. Okay. You felt that was too easy? Because you're ready. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I'll have to make it fucking harder next time. Okay, let's just straightforward. That's the thing. It's more so tall boy and everything. It's not that it's much more like the exam than the vendors. So that you're getting used to the wording. That's the whole point of it. Remember, you might be super strong right now. You failed it 3 times. Maybe you've been studying hard and you got it. Okay. When are you taking it, tall boy? So your best way, if you want to sit there and go through if you want to hire me or hire me or one of my tutors and we go through a test with you, go to series7exam.org and grab a lesson. We'll do 2 hours. We'll go through it. I have other questions that mirror the exam that are harder. I have other questions that are harder. I don't want people be like just depressed on that thing. Okay. Okay. Monique, I'm glad it helps a little bit. Okay. Okay. Jackson. Okay. That is outstanding. No, we don't need that one. Oh, here we go. We're going. I want to take me to. Boom, Jackson. I fucking love it. That's awesome. Any surprise, any tips? Read the fucking book. Read the goddamn book. Find my playlist. Read my Series 7 playlist, okay? Read the book first. Anyone moving from one exam to the other, what's my thing? Read the book first. Don't do notes. Don't read. Don't read. Watch my videos. Read the book. Then start doing chapter quizzes. Okay.
Tall boy's taking it on May 6th.
Okay. God, he's quick. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Lawanda, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. I appreciate the heads up. I love it. Let's see what we got here. You'll never take me alive. I'm getting high. That is my favorite. That, other than my Baby Shark mashup, that's my favorite one. I am willing to get blocked monetarily for playing that one. I love that one. There's one with AC/DC too. Literally, I found out, I've noticed, you can mash up that Staying Alive with any fucking song and it works.
I've heard it so many different ways. It's awesome.
It's so fucking awesome. That shows you I'm way ahead of it. Like every song can be, is Thunderstruck. It's Thunderstruck with it. It's fucking outstanding. Okay.
I didn't know you were like into all this music. I'm into the same stuff.
I am into rock. Look, I don't listen to Spotify. I listen to fucking podcasts, right? Like, but when I hear music, I love mashups. Like my favorite thing. My favorite thing is when someone plays an instrument not for the way it was. Like,
so you like MTV Unplugged back in the day.
Maybe but it's more like, have you ever seen the group, the 2 cellos? You ever hear them?
I think I know.
No, they're fucking outstanding. Yes, I put it on, and I was like, who the fuck wants to listen to cellos? It's not fucking cello. They play Thunderstruck. They play all these rock with fucking cellos, and it's not like this. It's fucking, their hair's flat. It's fucking outstanding.
Let's start a band.
Yeah, exactly. If I can learn the cello, I'll be good. Okay. I have no fucking rhythm. Look at me. Do I look like I have rhythm? I'm this. The white man's overbite. That's why I dance it away. Okay. So now, okay, wait, Lawanda, I got you. I think I took care of that. That is outstanding. Okay. Okay. So just focus on reading. So you're moving on to the 66. That's awesome. I'm going to give one little warning for the 65, 66 crowd who passed the 7, which is awesome. Respect the fucking test, people. You got to respect it. That's the one exam. I don't mind teaching it, but look, if you're taking the SIR 7, I can tell you whether you're going to pass or not. 100%. I'm wrong once or twice. If I tell you to take it, you're ready. The 66, it's such a mean fucking animal that you could be ready, but sometimes they ask questions that trick you. It's kind of like the velvet glove. it's like you think you know it, but they go, oh, it's not that. It's kind of this. It's a very like, it's not vague, but it's like subtle. If you want to think about how they ask the questions, it's me. Okay. But focus on reading. Get your knowledge high. Okay, so you're taking the test May 6th. You got 7 days. You got a week. Join my membership. Come on Friday. So here's the thing. So Tolba, are you good at options? Okay. Why? So are you? If you're good at options, you should be fine. Work on the suitability. That's where people get hammered, is that they don't work on the suitability hard enough. If shoot Jeff or I an email, we'll try to figure something out. Even if it's not me, you get on the phone with my brother or Mike LaRosa, and they can go through a test together. It's some good shit. And we can go through your test or my questions. Like literally, I have a lot more tests with harder questions. And I'll probably do another one like the 7 one. But I kind of want to throw it out there, test the waters a little bit, see how, because these are questions I write there. They're not the same as the exam, but the same vibe. Okay. And I took the options out.
If you want to know which direction to go, and just send me an email, and I can.
Yeah, that'll help you. Okay.
Yeah.
Time spreads. No, short straddles are neutral. Shorts. So Alexa, shorts time spread. They still want you're still bullish or bearish based on the whichever is longer, right? So if the longer option it's always a calendar horizontal spread. If the longer one is bullish, then the whole spread is bullish. If the longer one is bearish, the whole thing is bearish. What was I going to say? But if it's a short straddle, which means a seller call, seller put, that's neutral. By the way, butterfly, unless you mean a butterfly is absolutely neutral. Okay. Yeah, you could. There is overlap from the 7. There is absolutely overlap from the 7, but focus on just read the book. I promise you, read the book first. Okay. Here we go. Okay. No more questions, guys. I need to fucking eat. Okay. Krista, absolutely. That's from Office. Remember that? And they end up staying alive. CPR is you staying alive. It's 100 beats a minute. Okay, let's go back to this. My ADD is kicking in because that food is calling my name. I'm going to get there. A raccoon's going to be like chomping on it. Okay. If you're taking the SIE, you should subscribe right away, but don't pay anything. Okay. There's not literally anything you need for the SIE is free. Watch my videos, join study groups, join the Facebook group. That's the best one. Okay. Join the Facebook group, the one that was scrolling across before. It's the FINRA and NASA exam test prep network. They have study groups. My weekly, Jeff thinks I should create a SIE study group, but I'm just too fucking tired. I might do it, but I feel like it would be taking your money. Yes, I want to steal your money. I want every dime you give me, fucking A. But I feel like it'd be taking your money. And I won't do it for free because I'm not an idiot. Okay. Now. So yes, password if it's hard. You're halfway through. Keep reading. If you join the Facebook group, join one of the study groups, you'll all together, you'll see other types of questions. It'll be really helpful. But yes, subscribing is good, but you don't need the membership. Money, yes, fucking 2 cellos. I'm so mad they broke up. Must be another Yoko Ono thing or something. Okay. Debt service coverage ratio. You do not have to do the math on it. It's for revenue. Just remember, debt coverage ratio is for revenue bonds to see if they're making enough money. They make enough money to pay the debt service, which is the principal and interest. Okay. I agree. Hold on. Okay. Yes, that's the thing. So maybe my test was easy because you're fucking good at the test, okay? Maybe you're stronger now than you were 6 months ago. Seriously, people, that happens, right? Yes. Yeah, Victoria, I fucking love them. They're awesome. Okay, now, what I'm going to do, I will put, just so Jeff can hear it, on next Tuesday, I'm going to put 2 cellos on here as one of my videos.
Excellent.
They're awesome. Okay. Lucia. Okay. Yes. Too much information. You got so much time, Lucia. Focus on reading. You got over a month. You're going to write the focus. Since you have time, if you haven't already, read the book again until like May 12th or 15th. Then start doing chapter quizzes. You will thank me if you read the book a second time. Okay. So yeah, Toll Boy, reach out to Jeff. We can get on the phone and talk to you. Or at least join the membership, join the study. We meet at 7 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. You'll talk to other people and they'll make you feel better. Okay. Okay. Go on there, see if I have any openings before you take the test. It's going to be tight, but I can probably maybe find time on Saturday afternoon or something like that. Okay. Like, reach out to Jeff. If you don't find anything, go on my website, series7exam.org, book a 2-hour session, and we'll do it. Okay. Okay. What do you mean, Monique? What? No. Okay. What's a no to? Okay. Basically, you got to tell me, Monique, what the freak out is. Okay. Yeah, I agree. You sometimes, especially on the 66. Look, I think the 7 has some negatives on it, but I think the problem is NASA does more negatives and maybe a few more Roman numerals than FINRA does. Okay. But now I got to wait till Monique, what she said. Okay. Oh, I got it. She was feeling bad for me because of the raccoon. I know. Well, look, if a raccoon gets it, I'll fucking rip it out of his hand. Me and food is not a good thing. Okay. You're gonna get it. So do not get, like, I remember when I was younger, I was a townhouse. I was cooking on a deck and I heard a hissing barbecuing. There was a fucking raccoon coming after me. I was like, I had one of those long forks. I was poking at him. Do not come near my goddamn food. Like, normally you just run from raccoons. Nope, no way. No way I was getting near him. If he kept going, I was going to have a little smoked raccoon at the same time. Okay. Okay, I think we did some damage today, right? Okay. Everyone who's taking it tomorrow and before next Tuesday, good fucking luck. You're going to rock this thing. This food is probably frozen cold by now. But see how much I love you guys? That I would kill a raccoon for food, but I stay in here for you. Everyone who's taking it tomorrow, I love it. Yeah, so is that the Facebook group? Oh, she put it in there, right? Maybe, I don't know. Hold on. Again, just find FINRA and NASA Exam Test Prep Network. Alexa and Yari are in a group. Yari, I say Yari like Megan. Yari, go. They have a group. They have like 3 or 4 girls together. They get together. It's awesome. It's going to help you. Alexa, you find the group and find Alexa and Yari, and you're going to get in some groups. If you're taking the 7, join my goddamn membership thing, and it's like $25 a month for the class or $50 for everything. And if you're in the SIE, save your money. Okay, everyone, you'll have a George Gear, great Gear. I love it. Okay, now I will see you guys on Thursday. Gear, you're taking the 66, I think. I will see you on Thursday. Everyone.